Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision.
Hey everybody, it's Char Margolis and Sunny Margolis. And hi, Tony.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm so excited today, everybody, because my dear friend Craig Campobasso is on. Because what do you guys think about UFOs? Do you think they exist? Well, I know they exist.
Of
and
course.
Our best-selling author, Craig, thank you for being here with your book, The UFO Hotspot what is it?
Compendium. Yeah. All the places.
Compendium.
Yeah. All the places to visit before you die or are abducted.
Right. So that's before you die or
yeah. See, it took you a minute, but yeah. The subtitle's hysterical.
I actually just read that, and I was looking at the places that you say that are the best places to be abducted or where there's UFOs, and you put down the Integratron.
Yes.
And I didn't know they call it the Big Rock Integratron.
Well, Giant Rock.
Or the Giant Rock.
Right. That's Giant Rock, and that's where it all began. That's sort of the home or the birthplace of ufology, because that's where George Van Tassel, he moved his family to run the airport after the previous guy, Frank Kreitzer, passed away, and he knew Frank, and he wanted a metaphysical life. So he thought, what a better place than in the middle of the desert. So they lived under the rock. I actually have pictures of what it looked like in the book.
Oh, you do?
Living under the rock and what it looked like. And so he began communing with nature, and he really felt that he was developing not a sixth sense, but a seventh sense about the true nature of the cosmos and higher beings. And under the rock, he began channeling space beings. And he kept a record of all of these beings. This started in 1952. Now, I'm really lucky. I know two people, one has passed away and one is still alive, who were with him in those early days when he began channeling. And a lot of people don't know that he's the very first person to channel Ashtar, right?
Right.
So the very first, and then I believe it was January 6th, 1952 or August 21st, 1953. I can't remember which day.
August 21st?
Yeah.
That's my birthday.
That's your birthday? No, August 24th. August 24th.
That's not my birthday.
Yeah. That's when he would sleep on a cot outside because it's the desert.
Right.
And he said it wasn't unusual. People would come and go in the middle of the night, fly a little airplane in or drive their car in. And he said he woke up and he saw a man approaching, and he got up to go greet him. And then he noticed he was dressed differently. He was in like a space suit-y looking kind of thing. And he introduced himself as Saul Gonda, and he invited George into his ship, which was behind him. And so George went in. Now, George worked for Howard Hughes, Douglas Aircraft, among other things. So he was very much into aviation and wanted to know how their craft flew.
Right.
And so he went in, and he in many interviews he describes the ship, which I give. He never gave one full description of Salganda, so I had to go into the Integratron archives with Joanne and many, other things,
Well,
and go
yeah.
through everything. And so I finally got a full idea of what he looked like, and I had an artist create him so people would know what
Oh
Salganda looked
my
like in the
God, I
book.
need to see this.
Yeah, it's very cool. And so
I
Salganda gave him the blueprints to build this machine called the Integratron.
Well,
And
I think we should give a shout out to Joanne and Joey and the crew there, because I just
yes,
want to give, I want you guys to know, when I do my retreats in Palm Springs, I take everybody to the Integratron, and it's
that's
an
right.
amazing experience. So
Oh,
keep going,
yeah.
keep
It's
telling us.
amazing. Yes, it's amazing. And I love the sisters and the
Oh,
whole,
the
the
whole
whole
family,
crew.
incredible. Oh,
It's
thanks.
amazing. There it is. There's the gorgeous Integratron. So there's two floors. The second floor is where they do the sound baths, and it's a sound chamber. It's amazing. I once was in there when Gregorian chanters from Italy were came to film their or to record their album. So for all of us getting a sound bath, they came in and they sang. So
Wow.
it throws the voices all over the place.
It's
So it's like you're hearing it like
it's
extra
incredible.
dimensionally. Yeah, it's
Incredible.
unbelievable.
You can be on one side, and then you can be
Whisper
there and whisper, and the person across the room will hear you in a whisper.
actually in a normal voice.
And right, in a normal
Yeah.
voice. Guess who the only dog has ever been up there?
No way, Sonny.
Sunny had a sound bath.
Oh, Sonny. I love sound baths. I could do one every day, I
So
swear.
so you really have dug into like the real UFO sightings, and the people who have been abducted, and what other places can people go to be abducted?
Well, no, the book is not about going to places to be abducted.
Okay.
It's going to these hot spots where either people were abducted
Right.
or where there's a big chance that they're going to see UFOs or they're going to see something. So
Well,
really the book
uh-huh.
details everything that happened there, right? And
Right.
then it gives you the investigations of either from MUFON, Project Blue Book, investigators, etc. And then I tell everybody all the fun things that they can do while they're at that location,
Oh, that's
right?
amazing. That's
And
amazing.
give all the information as well. So, but just to finish up the Integratron for everybody, so George was given these blueprints. Howard
Mhm.
Hughes gave him 20 grand to get it started. And so what he did was is he started holding UFO conventions out at Giant Rock,
Wow.
and he did it for several decades. And at a certain point it grew to 10,000 people coming out to the desert in trailers, cars, all kinds of things. So it really is the birthplace of ufology. All of the contactees back then would come and speak there,
Uh-huh.
and it really was amazing. And I've heard from many people who were there back in those days,
Wow.
including Dr. Frank Stranges, who wrote Stranger at the Pentagon. Him and I went there and did a seminar. And when we first met with Joanne and the historian
Oh, how amazing.
from Giant Rock, Dr. Frank said, well, I was there. I used to MC all those conventions.
Oh my goodness.
So he told us a whole bunch more about what went on. So anyway, they opened up the archives, and actually the Giant Rock Historical Society also lent us some really great photos and things that have never been seen before on in the public's eye. But I bet you're wondering where the biggest UFO hotspot is.
Where is it?
Well, there's a few. One is at ESETI Ranch, which is in Washington State, and that's like around Trout Lake. And so this ranch is a big spiritual community, and they do lots of things there, but people can go on their website. I think it's eseti.org, ECETI. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's one of their wheels there that that's people can
fantastic.
Walk around. And they also so you can go on there and you can sign up to go onto the property and go sky watching, because pretty much every time you go, there's going to be something in the sky. Sometimes there's so many in the sky, and they have a pair of night vision binoculars there, and when you look through them, you can see them going wow, wow, like this. And
my God, that gives me goosebumps.
Yes, and they have a laser pointer, and of course the beings, they say that these are benevolent beings that actually have a base below Mount Adams, which is several miles at the end of the Skywatch field.
Amazing. Right?
So that people see ships going in and out of the mountain all the time.
Do they go in the mountain? And
they go in the mountain. Yeah, they just change their molecular structure, right? I mean, I kind of look at it, maybe you being psychic can chime in on this, is that they kind of go up into the fourth dimension where they're light visibly here, partially here. They go through matter. When they reach their destination, they go back out into, the third dimension.
So maybe they become ethereal.
Yes, exactly.
That's the vision I get. Like when
you're right.
Because we have our ethereal body and we have our physical body.
Yes.
And when we go on an astral flight, the silver thread connects our physical body to the ethereal body. So that's fascinating. I want to go to one of these places with you.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Well, I've been to ESETI. I loved it. They also have Bigfoot sightings.
Oh, really?
As well. And when they take a laser pointer and they see one in the sky, they'll tell everybody, okay, here's one right here. And they'll tell it to move to the left or to the right. And you will actually see the ship moving, right?
Oh, wow.
And when they ask it to power up, it blows up all their lights. And so it turns into this giant star, and everybody on the Skywatch field is screaming, but, like for joy. So here's my thing for everybody is definitely, if you can take night vision binoculars, rent them before your trip, do something, you're going to definitely see more stuff through the night vision binoculars than you will through just regular binoculars. Now, the other, of course, giant hotspot is Sedona, Arizona, as we all know, right? Now, I myself, when I go with a friend, she has night vision binoculars. So we're always looking. We see something all the time. Sometimes we'll see 2 ships or 3 ships traveling, going like they're hauling butt, and they're way, way, way up in the sky where you can't see them with the naked eye, right? So that's cool. And then once when I was driving down towards Bell Rock from the upper town, I saw a gigantic metallic orb traveling towards me that was coming from the Bell Rock area. And I literally grabbed my cell phone and I snapped like 2 pictures of it, and I got it on camera and I put it in the book.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right? So there's a little proof there. Other people have captured craft and stuff there.
I told you my experience at Mount Shasta. I'm not going to tell it now, but is that one of your hot spots? No,
Hmm.
it is.
It is one of the hot spots. Not only is it a hot spot, but it was a hot spot where one of the contactees who has contact with Alpha Centaurians, which are Nordics, and they're 8 to 9 feet tall, that
I saw
he
them.
was he was instructed to take them out to Sand Flats, which is a big open area, right? And
Right.
they did meditation, singing, chanting, because when you put yourself in their resonation field by doing that,
Mhm.
then they'll come because you're matching their energies, right?
They made
So
the car I was in. It flew up in the air.
no way.
I'm going to tell you the story one day.
Oh my God. Okay. I want to hear it. So they went out and they he had told them that they would come over, they would come and bring the ships down low,
Mhm.
which they did when it got dark, and their lights lit up the forest. My friend said, who was there, he said it was the most amazing thing. It looked like a fantasy with the forest
Wow.
lit up with this gorgeous blue
Ah,
light. And then there were, I think it was 6 people who were handpicked to go into the forest and
wow.
to meet the Alpha Centaurians. And they did. And they come through a thing that's called a Zendra, which is a portal. So think of it as a half moon, like a half moon,
Mhm.
and then they're standing inside it, and they're actually, if they're in the ship, you will see everything what's behind them in the ship, and if they allow you to step over the threshold, you are now actually standing on their ship.
So I have that's incredible. I have a
Yeah.
question. Do they talk or do they give
Yes.
information at all about what's going on with this planet? Do they talk about global warming? Do they talk about, the threat of nuclear destruction? Do they talk about that?
Well, here, in a sense, yes, and I'll kind of answer this in a few different ways. Is when these Alpha Centaurians' primary mission is they help a lot of people in South America, right? They help the poor, they help the sick,
Oh,
they make it rain for their crops. They do a
oh
lot of
wow.
things for the people down there.
Uh-huh.
And there's just not one contactee. There's several men who have been contacted over the years. I know of 5, and I've spoken to 3.
Wow.
Yes. And so these beings that got to go, it's really to just say, hi, we're your neighbors upstairs. Don't be afraid of us.
Mhm.
We're here and we just want to meet you and have a dialogue and start it like that. Now, a couple of people totally wigged out, right? But my friend was not allowed to go, but he stayed in the field to watch from about 200 feet away.
Mhm.
And he said when they came out 20 minutes later, that it was like seeing what it must have been when Moses came down off the mountain, because they
Amazing.
were just glossed over, right? And
Amazing.
they couldn't believe it. And he interviewed every single one of them as they came out. And then he re interviewed them the next day to see if their stories would
But
change.
don't
And
they
they
have like
didn't.
don't they have like healing powers where they use
They do.
electromagnetic energy and they
They
can
do. Yes, they do.
rejuvenate the cells
They do. Yes,
and do all
absolutely.
that? Or do you know secrets you can't talk about?
Well, no, the Integratron was about that, the regeneration of the cellular
Oh,
structure
I
to stay.
stand I stand against that wall there as
Yeah,
long as I can.
I know. I
Because
know.
it does regeneration.
It does. It
I'm a
does.
dog.
It does. And another Nordic who came, in the Stranger at the Pentagon story, he also came with the tools of how everyone could regenerate their cells and stay young and prolong their life and all of that. But the government decided not to release that information into the public and not talk about him. So each of these races do different things. So now, if we get into star seeds who come from somewhere else, they incarnate on Earth and they have a mission. And when they wake up, theirs might be to work for climate change.
Right.
Theirs might be to work for ocean pollution. Theirs might be to bring spiritual messages to everyone, or to bring more of the cosmic community into Earth so that people aren't afraid of those kinds of things. Now, people like the Nordic Valiant Thor did come with those messages early on about the atomics and how it was not only disrupting the Earth, but it was disrupting the balance of all the other planets in our galaxy, because it sends out waves, and also interdimensionally, right? Oh, here's something fun for you to see. So this
There's
is
some politicians I think they should like abduct.
right, yeah. Well, you know what? Some have admitted to it, but not publicly.
Yeah, that whole that whole thing with Jackie Gleason and Nixon and
oh yeah, Jackie was totally into it. He offered up $1 million if anybody could prove that flying saucers were there. So this is a Clarion being.
Oh wow.
They're from Clarion. Now her name is Nelfa, and what she deals with is astrobiology and chronoastronomy. And what that means is what Valiant Thor was talking about early on, is about it affecting between the dimensions. So they're always rebalancing and calibrating the wall between the dimensions to make sure that things don't bleed over to affect other worlds and other dimensions and things like that. It's just so fascinating to hear all of these things.
But it gives us hope that
it does.
They can help the planet. Craig, I could talk to you forever, but I promised my viewers that I would take calls today and do readings.
Oh, absolutely.
So, will you come back and talk some more with us?
I will. I would love that.
And how do people? Okay, so it's called the UFO Hotspot Compendium, and
yes,
people can go to your.
Yes, they can go to my website, which is autobiography of ANET.com, and then
is it okay? Okay,
I think
Craig Campobasso.com.
Oh no, that's not it.
That's not it. Tony, no. That's not it.
No.
Okay,
there it is. That's right. Tony's got it right there.
Okay,
and then other books.
Autobiography of
ANET.com /other-books. That's where the UFO Hotspot Compendium is, and the extraterrestrial species.
Well, yeah, the extraterrestrial is fascinating book. It's all fascinating. Everything you do is fascinating.
Thank you.
Well, you guys, you need to buy this book, because nobody knows more about this stuff than Craig. And even the government is admitting that there's UFOs now, finally.
Yes, for sure.
After calling you crazy.
That's right. And I'll sign all the books for everybody when they order them up the website and personalize them.
So they're admitting that everything you've said is true and right, and it's amazing. I mean, you really are a pioneer, and I'm honored to call you my friend, and thank you and thank you for being on. And you guys, you got to buy the book, and we'll do this again. We'll bring you on again. Okay,
we will. We'll talk about more hotspots and stuff.
Okay, and maybe Integratron this when
you go, I want to go when you're there next.
Okay, I'll let you know. Okay. Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye, Char. Love you.
Love you more. Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Mwah. Okay, Tony.
I'm
Tony.
here.
Hi, Tony. Oh, good. Okay, so let's get some people for readings because I know there people came from TikTok and there's people in the waiting room.
Let's
And
do it.
I want to do some readings.
All right. Well, we have a 386 number.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take them. Now you are on the air with Char and Sunny on her lap.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, considering we've just been through a major hurricane storm and we're just digging out of all of the mess.
Oh no, you're in Florida? Or-
Yes, ma'am. Daytona.
Oh, God bless you. Do you have a home that's still up and that you can?
Well, thank God our home made it. The street was flooded. The road was flooded.
My
Trees
God.
came down. We actually evacuated and went to a hotel, and the whole bottom of the hotel flooded.
Oh.
And yeah, we were on the first floor, and I looked out the double doors, and I said to my roommate, I said, we have got to get to the second floor because it was already raining for a whole day, torrential raining, and the storm hadn't hit us yet. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. And she looked out after an hour and said, we've got to move. And thank God we did, because the whole first floor flooded. The cars flooded. It was horrendous.
But you know what? You are divinely guided and protected, aren't you?
Well, it seems so in my life, even though I'm in a dark place right now, but it seems like I have been divinely protected most of my life, and I wonder what the next chapter is going to bring.
So did you want me to read for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to say my prayer protection real quick, okay? Because I got to do that before.
Okay.
And then just be open about everybody living and deceased, first, middle, and last names. Sometimes I get a middle name. I never know what I'm going to get. We ask the universal consciousness and God that holds the highest spiritual power of knowledge, wisdom, and truth to guide and protect us as we communicate with our guides and angels in the spirit world and tap into the wisdom of the universe. We respect this opportunity and take full responsibility to use this not for ego or controlling others, but with the pure intention of spreading love and healing life on this earth and beyond. Anything that is in, near, around, or about us that is not of light, go back to where you came from and turn to light if you choose, but stay away from us. I see an Anne or Mary or Marie or Anne Marie or
Mary Lou, my roommate.
Well, that's your roommate. Okay. And that's
correct.
And that's who you're living with now, obviously.
Correct.
Okay. And are you having a problem with insurance right now or getting insurance?
Well, we don't have insurance. That's the problem. Our roof was bad. We just thankfully got a new roof put on, so we can get insurance now. But insurance is not an issue because we don't have it. And a lot of people in Florida are not going to have insurance right now.
Right. Okay. So, but you're going to be getting it now.
I hope we will.
Yeah, I think you will, because I saw that there was a problem with insurance. Okay. But now you can get it. Okay. And did one of you lose a job or stop working or have an issue with working?
It was me. It was me.
You lost your job.
I lost my job of 5 years. I'm working now in a very difficult job. I don't know how much longer I can do it, but I lost my job of 5 years.
And are you considering looking somewhere else to get another position?
Well, I haven't started looking, but I'm thinking of looking. Yes, I'm at a flat place emotionally, with dealing with depression. And when I get to this point, it's very difficult. It's like moving through a rock, moving a heavy rock.
You know, I those of us who aren't depressed it's hard to understand, but I get that. did they put you on any kind of mood enhancers or?
Yeah, I am on a mood. I'm on a mood stabilizer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. But you keep getting bombarded and attacked with all kinds of crazy things going on. I get it. But,
Yeah.
I write in my book, You Are Psychic, about attitude, how important it is. And I know it's harder for you to turn negative energy to positive energy, but do you do protection? I feel like you need to do protection. Do you know?
No, I don't do protection.
I want to teach you something. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I don't know where here it is. Oops. Okay, so imagine that you're lit up like the sun and that you're illuminating a blinding white light around you. This really helps because you're being bombarded in the physical world and the energetic world. So we're going to protect you to send all the negative back where it came from. So put yourself in a blinding white light, and this goes for everybody else watching. This can help everybody. And then swirl those lights around you faster and faster, and then put yourself inside an egg like this and close it up. The shell of the egg is a mirror. So anything dark or negative coming at you will go back to where it came from. And you have to own your power. You have to demand anything negative to go away, any thoughts or feelings that you get like that, because no one and nothing has power over us unless we give it to them. And my feeling is that I like your roommate. I think she's somebody who can be helpful to you. And I feel like you need to own your power. And the thing, can you write this down? Are you there?
Yes.
Anything that is in, near, around, or about me that is not of light, go back to where you came from and turn to light if you choose, but stay away from me. And you got to mean it.
Okay.
You got to mean it. Whenever those negative things come at you, you've got to get rid of them. And also, I want you to think about when you're feeling that weird energy, and I want you to send it back, and then I want you to say, you cannot have my power. Say that right now. You cannot have my power.
You cannot have my power.
No, you got to mean it. You cannot have my
You cannot
power.
have my power.
I take back my power. I take back my power.
I take back my power.
Exactly. You got to really mean it. And I don't care what people think about what you're doing or what you're saying. Own your power and send that negative back. And the more you do it, the more powerful you will become. And I think the job that you're doing right now is okay for now, so you can get your bills paid and whatever. But then I think you'll have other opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you've gone through this whole thing, but life is our school and we're here to learn lessons. And you're here for some reason. You know, you made it through.
Is there some way I can connect? Is there some way I can connect with my mother who has passed?
Yeah, you can. You can. I don't know that she's not the A or M initial though that I was picking up, and not her middle name either, right?
What is it? I'm sorry?
She's not the A or M initial I was getting.
No.
No, that was your roommate.
Correct.
Is there an E or L with your mom's name?
Yes, Ludmilla.
Okay, yeah, don't say name. She was Ella?
Okay, yes.
E-L. Ella.
L.
L. Okay. Oh, you mean she starts with an L?
Correct. She starts with an L.
And in the name with the L, is there an S in it or a C or two L's in it?
Yes.
Which?
S.
Is it Louise or Lois?
No.
But it's L with, or Lisa? I don't know the name, but it's L with an S in it.
Well, the last name has an S. The last name is S.
Oh, okay. So her names are LS. Her initials LS.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the best I can probably do right now because I have to get more people in here. But she's definitely going to help you and watch over you. And you need to
Good.
know that. You need to, is there an N in her first name or an R in it?
No,
Or two L's?
no.
I can't hear the rest of it. I'm sorry. I can't hear the rest of it, but her initials are LS and that's the best I can do right now. And
Okay.
I guarantee you she's helping you and watching over you. And call
I
on
need to hear
her.
that. Thank you.
Call on her and ask her to help you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. God bless you. Be well.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You cannot have my power. Let's hear it.
You cannot have my power.
I take back my power.
I take back my power.
Good girl. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
You know, you guys who are listening, you can do that too. No one and nothing has power over you unless you give it to them. Not a living person, not a spirit, not anyone. And so it's important for us to send any negative energies away, that they're not welcome around us, and change our attitude. Attitude is really important. Now, it's harder for this woman who called in because she has bouts of anxiety and depression, but she still can break through it with her thoughts and her attitude and her well-being and the way she's conducting herself. So anyway, let's get another caller, Tony.
Okie dokie, 727. You are on the air with Sunny and Char.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh,
I'm
good.
glad I got through.
Well, I'm happy you're here. Where are you calling from?
I'm actually calling from Florida, also on the Gulf Coast.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was very fortunate, though. The eye was coming right for Tampa and turned. And I feel so bad for everybody else that got hit because back in 2004, I was hit with Francis and lost my home. So I pray for those that happened. But you know, it's just let them know it's just stuff. If you're alive and you're safe, you can always rebuild.
Absolutely. Those are very comforting, wise words for all of us. You know, people get too stuck in their material, in our material world.
Right.
And our health. There's nothing.
Yes.
If you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think you've been a little worried about your health.
A little bit.
You're okay though. I feel like you're okay. I don't, I'm not really worried about you. I don't know if you have arthritis or something, or is that what it is?
A little bit. I have arthritis. Yeah.
Yeah. I see like just little minor things. There's something for arthritis that's holistic, and I'm not allowed to give out medical advice, but it's called Meriva, Meriva, and it seems to work very well. And I'm not allowed to give out medical advice, but you can get it online.
Right.
And it's holistic.
Okay.
So
I'll look into that.
And then I want to know who the J person is around you. I see a J or G.
I have a son with the J.
Is he spelled J-O or J-A or J-E?
No, J-E.
Like Jerry or Jeffrey?
Yes,
or
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey? And Jeffrey is living?
Yes.
Were you a little upset with him, or was he upset recently?
I don't think so.
Did something upset him at work?
I guess he's going through a little bit of stuff. Yeah.
It's gonna pass,
Jeffrey.
It's gonna pass.
Okay.
It's gonna pass, but I feel like if you need anything, Jeffrey will be there for you.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I see
Yeah.
Anne or M.
Mother.
Your
My
Anne,
mother.
Anne is your mother?
Yes.
Yeah, Anne is here. Your mom is here.
Oh,
And she's saying she's watching over you, and she was in the storm with you. Like she was making sure that you would be protected. And
that's nice.
yeah, and she's with a man. Maybe that's your dad or her dad. And she watches over Jeffrey too, who she's showing me a child. So
Yeah.
are there children around you, or did she lose a child?
I did.
You lost a child. Okay, she's with your child that you lost. And she's saying one of the reasons you wanted to get through to me is to connect with your child who passed away.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. And she's telling me that she's protecting and with your child. I don't know is there an S or C in that name, or K or C?
C.
Starts with C?
Yes. And did you want the name?
No. I'm going to tell you the name.
Okay.
And that's my job.
Okay.
Is it spelled CH or C or CA, or just starts with CAR? CAR
No.
or CAN?
No.
Or L?
No.
I don't know the name, but it's CA. Is it Kathy or Casey?
It's Casey.
Casey.
It is Casey.
Yeah. Casey's here. And Casey's in good shape. And Casey's happy to be with his grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Casey was there too, so you wouldn't get hurt. And
I felt him.
yeah, he's saying, yeah, I get that you felt him, and that I get that I think Jeffrey's had issues about Casey passing away. I think
and
mm-hmm.
Yes, he does, but I have another son too who has issues.
Is there an M with the other son? There's not a Michael or middle name Michael or Mark.
No.
Or Matthew or M. I don't know who that is.
No.
Oh.
I have a nephew, but
wait. You have a nephew?
With them, yes.
Yeah. Maybe he kind of feels bad about Casey as well. The M.
Oh, definitely, constantly. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like he's somebody who really prays for Casey, and Casey knows about it.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm getting more of the nephew, but then I don't know the other son, but the other son needs more either therapy or help or something.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's not balanced well enough. Don't take it personally.
No, I agree. I'm glad you're telling me.
And
reinforcement.
I think your nephew is more of a support for you sometimes than that son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Casey knows. That Casey's talking about the time the photo fell, or he tried to make himself known to you. The photo fell on the floor, or the frame or the photo fell on the floor.
Yeah, yes, that did happen.
Yeah, he said, do you know what it took for me to be able to do that? Took a lot
of... Actually, when it happened, I even said, Casey, stop playing games.
Right? Well, Well, I so appreciate you calling. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that
Thank
you
you.
lost your son, but at least you know your son's with your mom, and you know the truth is you'll all be together again one day on the other side, and you won't have to worry about hurricanes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
It's
well,
very heartwarming. Thank you.
you are a excuse me, you are a pure, lovely, pure soul. I feel your energy. You are a pure, good soul. God bless you. Stay in the white light, stay in the mirrored egg, stay well.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Mm,
Wow.
that was a nice one. That was a nice call.
That was really, really sweet. Really, really nice. Wow. It's just two. Tony, you picked two people who were in the hurricane.
I know, right? There must have been a reason.
There must have been a reason. So anyway, I so appreciate you guys calling in. I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight, but we will be back next Friday, and next Friday we will be taking calls. Not only will I take some of your calls, but Glynis McCants, the numbers lady,
Oh my goodness!
and she's gonna be here next week. What's the date next week? The 14th.
Today's
right?
14th.
Yeah, Glynis is going to be
Yay!
Zooming with us. So she's a dynamo and she's a great reader. So you're going to get a lot of help from her as well. And excuse me, if anyone needs to get a hold of me, you can go to char.net, char.net. You can buy my new book if you want. You can also find me on TikTok. If you go to oh, there's my book, You Are Psychic. Or you can go to @Char Margolis on TikTok. And the next week it'll be all readings, all hour, the whole time.
I might even call in.
That's great. So I just want to thank all of you for your time and for trusting me, and all the callers that called in, and especially Craig Campobasso, who is a phenomenal man who just knows so much about UFOs. There's so much we don't know, and he knows a lot more than he told us. So take care, everybody. Everybody have a great weekend, and remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Bye-bye.
Bye.